What the Chinese have done is very clever. They have cornered the market on the supply of critical minerals. China is not mining these critical minerals. What they're doing is they are setting up mines all over the world. And often these mines have huge human rights issues. These are not nice places to work for the most part. And they are sort of cartel style, locking down the supply chain for these minerals, which all make it to China to then get processed or refined or even just assembled into, you name it. It could be a wind turbine, a solar panel, it could be an EV battery. So those are the benign things. But then there's also all of these rare earth elements that get used, a lot of them for aerospace and defense. And suddenly, this happened a few years ago. People in the US were like, whoa, hold on. If they turned off the spigot, if they put on these export controls, we would not be able to build a lot of the things that we think of as really essential. And China has been kind of rattling the saber. They have been playing around with these export controls. I have to hand it to them. In some ways, they're not dogmatic, right? Like you look at the Trump administration and you have all of these cronies coming from the fossil fuel industry and from the chemicals industry and you name it. And they've all been installed, many of them in very senior leadership roles in places like the EPA and the Department of Interior. And these are folks who don't just have a political agenda, but they are ideologues. They believe in some deep, almost spiritual way about the superiority of petrochemicals and fossil fuels. For them, even if you could generate cheaper energy from a wind turbine, they'd rather see it pulled out of the ground because they have some kind of vision that that's what makes America America.